Hi, everybody. My name is Courtney Myers, and the organization that I want to highlight is Outreach 360. I want to highlight Outreach 360 because they totally changed my life, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. So, in 2015, I took a trip to the Dominican Republic with my dad. It was just a vacation. We went to a little village that he built a house in the year prior, and there was a couple volunteers down there that were building houses at the time that we were there. And a lady approached me, and I've never met her before. She was a complete stranger to me. And she came up to me and told me about an organization called Outreach 360. I've never heard of them before. And she said that her daughter was down in the Dominican Republic volunteering with this organization at an orphanage, helping the children and being with the children. And I don't know why this woman came up to me, but it was by the grace of God that she did. And I went home from that trip and I started researching this organization. I found their website. I contacted Tom Eklund. I started researching more about them and what they do and why they do it. And I fell in love with the organization before I even went on a trip with them. And so I decided I wanted to be a leader and bring a team down there. I thought honestly it would just be myself. And so I put the word on social media that I was going to the Dominican Republic in February. Anyone is welcome to join my team. I didn't know what it would be like. I didn't know if there was an age, like if younger people were good at it, if older people were good at it. So I just put the word out there. And I had 3 people reach out to me, 2 from my hometown, and 1 that was a complete stranger to me that I've never met before. And so we left that next year in February, 4 of us down to the Dominican Republic with Outreach 360. And a little backstory about me is I was in school for behavior, cognition, and neuroscience at the University of Windsor, Ontario, in Canada here. And I was so caught up in this idea that in order to be successful in life, I needed 12 million things before and after my name. It was my title that made me successful. It was how much I made that made me successful. And I was just so caught up in this idea that we're living in a materialistic world, and anything materialistic, money and friends and clothes and all of this would make me successful and happy. So before I went on this trip, this is what I truly believed in. And so I went on this trip in February of 2016. My years are all messed up. I went on my first trip in 2016 in February. Totally changed my life. Outreach 360 is an organization that they bring volunteers down to Dominican and Nicaragua where they currently are stationed, and they are all about the students and how volunteers can impact the students and teach the students. And it's not about volunteers going down there and taking a trip for themselves. And yeah, we do learn about the culture when we're down there, which is awesome. It's amazing to see where these kids are coming from and what this beautiful country has to offer. But Outreach 360 brings volunteers down to Dominican and Nicaragua to make a difference in these students' lives. With the English language, these students can have such a bright future. A lot of the students in Nicaragua and the Dominican, they grow up thinking that there's only certain jobs for them. So for example, if I'm living in the Dominican Republic and my dad is a cow farmer, or if my dad sells fruit, if my dad does something, that's what I'm going to do when I grow up. I don't even think about it. That's just, your life is set out for you. If you know the English language, your doors are wide open. You can do so many things. It's incredible. Like, Outreach 360 provides students with their own future. Like, imagine that. Imagine not having a choice for your own future. Imagine wanting to be a doctor, but there's no way you could ever do it. It's incredible. Outreach 360, I came back from that trip and my life changed. I stopped doing what I was doing and I enrolled in Teachers College. I was like, I want to change lives. I want to give students the opportunity to reach that full potential. You have a passion? Go for it. Like, there's no one stopping you. You should have no barriers. Outreach 360 showed me that through the English language and through giving students the tools that they need to succeed, they will. And they can have the ability to choose their own future. And the one reason I really love Outreach 360 is when you go down there and you teach these students the English language, they can teach their kids the English language. They can teach their friends. They can teach their parents, their grandparents. We aren't going down there as volunteers to teach them the language and make ourselves feel good. Yeah, we feel great. I felt amazing after the trip. I've returned 3 times since, and I'm going back on Saturday in 3 days. I just can't get enough of this organization. They do everything for themselves, they're expanding, they give students the ability to choose their own future. And that's incredible. And I'm so thankful for this organization in my life. I went a little bit off script. I didn't write anything down. I just spoke from the heart. But this organization is one that I can't talk more highly about. It changed my life. It's changed so many students' lives in Nicaragua and the Dominican. It's changed so many volunteers' lives and staff's lives and lives around me. People have reached out to me saying that, tell me more about the organization. Strangers that I don't even know. I'll post something on social media about the organization and they're like, can you tell me more? This is amazing. And Outreach 360 is growing and expanding every day, and they could definitely benefit from this money. And they right now are currently building a new learning center in the Dominican and in Nicaragua. So anything helps towards that. And I'm constantly trying to raise money. And I have this picture beside me too, because this is from my first trip there. And this is on El Moro. It's one of the days in the Dominican we get to go on top there. And this is the team that changed my life, and in the country that changed my life, and the organization that changed my life. So that's my story. I know it's kind of crazy and it's super unbelievable that this could happen to someone, but it happened to me. And this organization, Outreach 360, I cannot be more thankful for. They've changed my life and they've changed the lives of so many other people. And I just can't say enough good things about them. So thank you for listening to my story, and I really hope you consider Outreach 360, even if they don't get anything from this, even if this video passes by 100 people, as long as it touches one person. That's it. That's all that matters. So thank you for watching again. Bye.